All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Puck Rock Rangers. I'm Stefan. This is Palmer, and let's get into this dumpster fire.
All right, as usual, we're recording on Monday night. The boys just wrapped up a 3-2 home win against St. Louis.
Felt good.
Thanksgiving is in a couple of days. Do Rangers fans have a lot to be thankful for? Doesn't seem like it. Just a reminder to please like the video, subscribe to the channel, give us a follow on X and Instagram, and let's get caught up, Stefan. Before we get into the games, what's going on personally? What you been up to?
I'm never prepared for this question. Uh, my life has not changed at all. The holidays are coming up. We're ready to go. We're hosting Thanksgiving dinner this year. It's gonna be cool to get everyone together, eat some good food, hang out, talk, whatever. You know how that goes. Um, but as far as the day to day stuff, it's all the same. I actually got to go fishing today a little bit. I got
Nice.
skunked, but they say a bad day fishing is better than a good day working. So, yeah, that's what's going on. What about you, man?
Yeah, I guess feeling similar. I'm not usually prepared for this. I don't do a whole lot, but went to another rival booking show at Banditos last week. Shout out a couple of the bands right here in Richmond. Buck Goose, the other Richmond band, dropped. There was Lay Waste from Harrisonburg, and a band called Salem Trials from Canada. They were pretty
Nice.
dope. Picked up a hat. Tried to support them, give them some gas to get back. Um, but yeah, other than that, man, just living life and doing my thing. Coded is recording in late July, or I'm sorry, June, January. Excuse me. Sometimes I mix up my J months. We're recording in late January, so we're excited about that. But
Sweet.
let's get into these games, man. So since we last spoke, last episode we recorded right before puck drop in Vegas,
Yeah.
and the boys went on a Western road trip. They were back at home tonight against another bad team, St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
So,
I
well,
want to hey, can we do it reverse? Can we do tonight's game first since it's fresh?
that's what I was saying.
Palmer came
Yes.
over and we watched the game together.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen very often. It literally ended about 10 minutes ago. So I know it's fresh in my head, it's fresh in his
It is
head.
fresh.
So instead of going over everything else and
Yeah.
then coming back to that, let's talk about that a little bit.
I'm with that.
And
That's
then we'll talk about the shit show road trip that we just came on. It's a shit show.
all right. So tonight
Yeah.
was kind of a boring game. That was kind of the overall vibe downstairs when we were watching, was that it was just not a whole lot going on. Uh, very back and forth. Yeah, it was just kind of like a nothing game. We stepped up in the third and won it, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
Gave up a empty netter, made it a little interesting towards the end, but it never, it didn't feel really out of reach. It felt like they could close it out. So
Yeah. Yeah, I liked Berard got called up. He had his NHL season debut. Um, I think he looked good.
yeah,
I was glad to see him out there. He's definitely an energy guy, and having Sheary in the lineup over someone like Berard is just Neanderthal decision making. Like you have to be dragging your knuckles on the ground when you're like, oh, I'm gonna put Sheary in. Give Berard a chance, man. He came in tonight. He looked good. He got shots. He's a shooter. He put it on net. He created some opportunities. It was nice to see him, and honestly, it was just nice to see the boys win one at home. We only got to this will be two wins at home before Thanksgiving. It's kind of crazy, but
yeah.
I'll take a win where I can get it. We needed it badly after our road trip, and yeah. Well, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the game?
Good to see a win. Good to see Berard. Berard's a guy I like a lot. I've been vocal about that on this pod. I understand he was off to a slow start in Hartford, but has seemingly turned it around. He
Yeah,
he he addressed that in his pregame. He looked good. He took that double minor, so that kind of stole some of the shine, stole some of his ice time. Would have been nice to see him contribute with maybe in a goal or assist. But all in all, looked really good. Had a lot of jump. The team looked okay. It was two bad teams, so it was kind of poop versus crap. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, it was a decent game.
Yet
The
again,
boys get a win,
another
a home
sub
win, which is important.
yeah, another sub 20 shot count. Um, they got 20 on the dot tonight. You know, on the road trip, I think the highest was 22, and then they couldn't break 19 or something for the other two games. So another low event. What were you saying?
No, they don't play the low event; they play no event.
No event, slow event, no event, whatever. Um, Same deal. Not getting a lot of chances, not creating a lot of chaos, but we're able to squeak out the victory. That's kind of more honestly. Tonight's game is a little bit more so what I'm used to with the Rangers, where it's like low event, but they capitalize on chances and somehow squeak through a win. So tonight's more familiar to me than like some of the other home games where they actually did play well and then lost.
Yeah,
Not saying they played bad tonight; they just were
no,
meh.
it wasn't like it wasn't this ultra rewarding win,
Yeah,
but it also wasn't like they got caved in and just squeaked it out. They played. They deserved to win. They won. Um, you know, they weren't better by a far margin, but I thought the Blues had a hard time putting the puck on the net.
yeah,
That's something I noticed a lot, and as a Ranger fan, you expect it from us. So it's almost refreshing to see another team. Like there was, especially right there in the third, like on that double minor that Berard took. I forget. I want to say it was that defenseman that used to on their team used to play for the Ducks. But anyways, he was down low, missed the net. I mean, right there. A couple guys missed the net in opportune times, and they. I felt like I was watching a version of the Rangers just couldn't get the goal
yeah.
when they needed it.
It was
You know,
very snoozy. I mean,
yeah,
even after the goals, like Megan watched the game with us, and after the Trocheck goal, usually I'm jumping off the couch and like hype, but like I just sat there and I was just like, oh, cool,
mm,
good job,
mm,
boys. And Megan looked over at us and she commented on how like unhappy we were about it. It's just the Rangers are so fucking boring. They
they
are
are,
so boring to watch right
they
now, and
are for sure.
it's like watching paint dry. It's so bad.
And you should still watch this podcast about a boring team.
Yeah, because we're not boring, but they are. So
So let's anything else on this game?
no, it is what it is. I think we said everything that needs to be said. Maybe.
Well, one thing more I'll say was that we didn't get the goaltending matchup that I was hoping for. I was hoping for Bennington against Quick and maybe a little dust up, some drama, a little
Yeah.
bump going off the ice, but we didn't get any of that.
Speaking of, hopefully Quick is all right. Um, they called up Berard. Quick wasn't on the bench,
I saw it was
so Quick. He must be a little beat up or something. But hopefully everything's good to go with him, and he'll be back before we know it.
yeah. The real quick actually, we'll jump around real quick because I wanted to talk about the injury bug. The injury bug has seemingly bitten the Rangers. It was good to
Yeah.
see Vinny back. Vinny
Yeah.
was a game time decision. I think I actually had my notes that he was out.
He had to be back
I
tonight. Like
know.
if you saw the lineup they had without him, it was just like, oh
Yeah.
my! It's we literally four third lines is what we were rolling. Four third lines without him. So
I mean, dude, this lineup is a couple injuries away from being uh,
disaster.
a porter
Uh,
potty and in direct sun and on a 95-degree day
Hey, I was for my other channel.
at a very busy construction site.
Yeah, my other channel, the NYR Nobody. I was making a video while I was on the toilet. And my intro was, "Hey guys, I'm just sitting here taking the New York Rangers right now." Like it's like that's just how I feel like it's been this year. It's like they are shit.
But and then just to touch on some of these injuries, JT's out again. So he was out versus Utah. Looks like he got some kind of injury
Hmm.
in the Colorado game, but he's been injured. He needs to be out. So good on him or whoever made the call. He
Yeah,
needs to be out, and we wish him well. Hopefully he can get better. Will Borgen's still out. He's week to week.
I think
Um,
we're missing Borgen a little bit.
we are definitely
I
missing
think we're
Borgen.
definitely missing Rempe. Rempe is just like he might not be the most dynamic player ever, but he's definitely like a heart and soul hype man type guys. I there you can tell that they miss him out there.
It's funny we're talking about the injury bug, and the viewers can't see this, but the ladybug is crawling on my face on our screen.
It came from downstairs. It was on the screen on our
It was
big
on the
TV.
screen. Yeah, it was disguising itself as the puck earlier,
Yeah, it literally looked
and
like the
now
puck.
I have a mole.
Yeah, exactly.
The viewers can't see it, but I have a ladybug crawling across my face on our laptop.
That's all right.
That is all right. All
Fly
right.
away.
But enough about the injury bug. Back to the games. So this brings us to Vegas. Like I said, we recorded last time just before puck drop and then watched the game. Yeah. So we didn't know what happened. That was a 3-2 loss. Where am I? Why am I?
Yeah, no, it was because that was the game where Miller had the two power play goals, and after that hellacious clip came out about him. So yeah, we that and that's all we got that game was the two power play goals. It was pretty brutal. But he had to have a big game. We still weren't able to pull it off.
Well, no,
Vegas just looked.
that was against Colorado. Vegas. I don't have the goal scorers in Vegas. I looked it up earlier. That was kind of
Vegas.
another low event, slow event.
Vegas is the game where JT Miller got caught snoozing on the job. That's what game that was. And then you're right, in Colorado he had the two power play goals. Honestly, it's like the games are so boring. It's hard for you to really remember every little
Yeah.
thing about them. Like if they were playing hype hockey, I'd be able to quote. I could pretty much be a broadcast announcer.
I feel the same way you do. Like I made notes, and I didn't really make notes on the Vegas game because it was. And honestly, it's funny because it was a week away
Yeah,
or a week ago, and it feels like it was months ago.
yeah, it's
So
pretty brutal.
I did watch the Colorado game a little more closely. I was actually at a show that night, but it ended early enough for me to get home and catch most of the game.
Sick.
And you know, Colorado just pulled away in the third. You know, way too many penalties, way too many mistakes. Um, you know, we talk about the Rangers giving up goals late in the period. You know,
Yeah,
Brad had that little backhand noodle in the offensive zone, went right to it was maybe Nate Dogg or one of
yeah,
the
McKinnon
and he got the goal.
off the post and then right to his stick, and he just popped it right in.
That was just a game where like the Rangers, it was close, and credit to the Rangers for keeping it close. But you see games like that where the better team gets the response goals when they need it, and eventually will just pull away. And they did get two empty netters, which bloats the total. You know, realistically, it was like a 4-3 game.
Yeah, 4-3. They got to,
You know,
yeah,
um, but yeah, but you know, and our stars look pretty good. I made the notes here that you know, Fox and Mika both had you know two assists. You know, JT had two goals, but at the end of the day, their stars are brighter. You know,
yeah.
Makar and Nate Dogg each 2 goals, 1 assist. Nietzsche's 3 assists.
Yeah, their top
You know,
line, we had no answer for
no
no
answer.
even with our defensive structure looking so nice, we had no answer for that high caliber of star power.
And the brutal. It was almost a very similar play, like that backhand noodle that Panarin did was very similar to Mika, and it was like within what 10 or 12 seconds of pulling the goalie. Mika is, and I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to draw the defenders to him, but he was surrounded, and he tries to throw it, you know,
Between
through.
he tried to throw it
Yeah,
between
he
the
tried.
loop and the skate
Yeah, and
laces.
it hits
So that's what he was trying to get it right there, to go directly through the
the
loop and the
loop, and
skate laces.
but yeah, it hits the guy in the skates, and I think it ends up on Kale McCarr's stick, and he just fires it
He
right from
buries
his
it.
own slot.
Buries
You
it. To
know
be
what?
expected.
Yeah. So, and then they gave up another one with like 12 seconds left, just for good measure. So it ends up, you know, a game that was pretty close ends up looking not very close, and I don't know how you feel about the Rangers pulling the goalie. We are the and I don't know the stats behind this, but I feel like we are the worst team in the league with the goalie pulled.
Yeah, it's not been good this year.
Every time we pull the goalie, the puck's in the net with it. Like Igor was actually like there was a clip of him like skating back to the crease, and he was like pissed off because he I don't even think he had jumped the boards yet.
Yeah, he was standing by the bench when the goal went in. He was just like
The Rangers almost got
he
too
was
many
just
men.
standing there cross-armed, like what's that meme with the dude? The meme with the guy at the basketball court. He's just like,
Yeah, he probably Igor would have liked at least a sip of water or something. He
yeah,
had to go back to the net so quick.
yeah,
But that game was just tough, man. And then Utah, you know, there's a RVA Rangers thread, and everyone throws out their predictions. And I was wrong when I said 5-4. It ended up being 3-2.
yeah,
So a couple less goals than I expected. Or I think I said 4-3. I was off by 1 goal. But anyways, you know, the Rangers struggle with fast teams,
yeah,
young teams with a lot of skill. and speed, and that was on full display.
Yeah. And I will say, like tonight, they did have uh, moments where they looked faster. So usually it's like I'll go the whole game and just be like, why are they all like? It's like watching snails play hockey. But tonight they actually did have a little jump in their step, and they looked to be faster on the transition. So it was almost like a little glimmer of hope I had. I mean, granted, we were playing St. Louis, who's also been really struggling,
Is
but
there? Let me ask you
so
a.
slow.
Let me ask you an off the wall question. Is there a player on this team you would not trade for Clayton Keller? I'll tell you
Um,
right now, no.
yeah, if for Keller, I'd give my testicle. Yeah, he's certified, so
Yeah, he's good, man. He looked really good. He always looks good against us too.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's really all I can muster to
And
say
then,
about those
I
games.
mean, and also it's an honorable mention to say that Morrow had that hellacious mistake, and that's probably the reason he got sent back down to the AHL. He had that mistake, that turnover on the in the defensive zone, which led directly to a goal. It probably sealed the deal for him not sticking in the lineup. But offensively, he looked good. But defensively, I think this team is just not looking for that right now. They want structure guys, and you got away from your structure, and they made us pay for it.
Yeah, Morrow didn't pop, and unfortunately, you're seeing that with even with guys like Perot, where this is a bad team right now, and if guys can't come through and really step up and be game changers, they'd be better suited maybe getting some time in the A or staying away from this toxic bullshit core.
Yeah,
So I don't have a problem with it. Morrow is still to me a young, exciting prospect, and I think
for
given
sure.
an injury or some moves, whatever happens, there's
He's
some
like
could be some room for
He's
him.
like a Zach Jones type player.
He's a
And
bigger
you
Zach
know, and
Jones.
because of that, he'll probably get buried in the AHL. Everybody was dying for Jones to get more ice time and be a more regular player. But this team doesn't like to give the young guys
Yeah.
the chance that they really do deserve. They don't even let them they don't let their hair dry before they send them back down.
Well, and to be fair about Jonesy, I mean, shout out Richmond. Like we were big Jones fans, but he gets picked up by Buffalo, and he's not even cracking the Buffalo squad. So that unfortunately,
Yeah.
we're still rooting for him. I'd still love to see him be a regular NHLer, but it's just not happening.
Yeah, he's probably pissed. Oh, I get to go somewhere where I'm actually gonna get to play, and then they're not they're burying him in the AHL. It's crazy. I feel very bad for Zach Jones.
I wanted to bring this up briefly. I actually meant to bring it up a little bit last episode, forgot. But if you had a chance to check out the Matthew and Brady Kachuk Wingman podcast,
No, I have not.
I listened to probably the first like 15, 20 minutes, and I need to get check it out a little bit further. It's okay. It was funny because like my takeaway from what I did listen to is like, who's this for? Because like we're on the younger side, honestly, of sports podcast listeners. Maybe closer to the middle, but sort of on the young side. Like I don't know. I feel like it's a genre for like older people, but they're trying to do it like with a younger twist, but they're almost like creeping up on middle. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird vibe. Um,
I'd have to check. I didn't even know it was a thing until you just now said something.
well, and it's funny because it seemingly came out of nowhere. I mean, I'm sure there was some hype, and you and I aren't the most connected all the time, but like I didn't. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It's okay. I mean, I'll give it a chance.
Matthew Kachuk's like, well, I'm injured. I'm not playing. I got to do something with
You
my
know,
time. I
it's
got to do something. So he's like, hey, Brady, come on, man.
it's funny because it's basically Matthew Kachuk talking, and Brady just comes on and goes every once in a while.
Hey, make fun all you want. I'm a Brady Kachuk
Oh
fan.
yeah,
I'm a big
big
fan,
time.
but honestly, I'm a fan of both of them. I really do
What's not to like?
enjoy them.
What's not to like? Speaking of Matthew Kachuk, the Winter Classic this year, the Rangers will be down there in Florida at Lone Depot Park in Miami on Friday, February the 2nd.
Yeah,
The jerseys have been released. What's your thoughts, man?
I really like Florida's jersey. They're super loud. It's a very loud jersey. I think it's pretty badass. It's like a statement jersey.
They're allowed to be loud.
The Rangers jersey. It's like It's like they just basically made a white version of the Centennial jersey.
That is,
I, I'm
it's
not a bit.
inverse. Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of it. It looks very Christmassy. It's like a Christmas jersey, and I'm just not a big fan of it. I think they could have done so. I I think the Rangers need to bring back the Liberty heads and some of their new logos and merch. Like the Liberty heads always to me have looked so badass, and they just we haven't seen one in a while. I just think it'd be awesome. They're doing crests and they're doing different fonts, but bring back the Liberty heads. Those things are dope.
yeah, uh, yeah. I disagree to an extent, but I tend to like white jerseys. I think it's a pretty clean look.
Hmm.
I I think it makes sense that it's kind of an inverse of the home Centennial. But I also agree. I mean, the Rangers look, New York sports teams in general, especially the Yankees, Giants, and Rangers, keep it pretty traditional. Like they
Yeah,
don't stray. Like the Giants, their logos is literally a white NY and then white word Giants in all caps. That is their
yeah,
two logos. They don't like like you think about like the like Patriots have like the new school logo, then they have like the old Patriot guy that's like hiking the football. You know, the Rangers through their time have, and this is going to be a hot take to some, but a bunch of ugly crests. They finally got the modern crest that like we all see and love now. That's pretty dope. Yeah, behind us, but like some of those old school crests look a little funny, and they never like the Lady Liberty is their one outside of the box, non either New York or Rangers diagonal
yeah.
jersey, and they've been crisp, but it's like there's no one is gonna hold it against them if they come out with like a off the wall, but it'll just never happen,
Like if they had a big Apple jersey or something.
or just something like I don't know. It, the problem is bigger than us, and it's been deep rooted. So
Well, they're just like you said. They're just very traditional. They don't like to veer off the norm. And I mean, I'm no marketing major, but I'm sure they do have a few on the in their organization. So I mean, it works. Everybody knows the Rangers logo. It's an original six
it,
franchise, and they don't want to veer too far away
and
from that
and
because that does make the team special.
I'll stick up for the Rangers here. I mean, it's not just the Rangers. If you think about a lot of the original six teams, Detroit is never going to put out a crazy, wacky jersey every time it's the winged wheel, right?
Yeah,
It's
Boston does
or just
though.
Detroit.
Boston has some dope ones like the
Boston
bear.
Boston lets it hang out a little bit because they have like the straight up bear head, which I love.
That thing's sick.
They have the bear like outline on
Yeah.
the chest. They have a couple different looks. So they're probably the outlier as
Same
far as
with the
the
Toronto
'06.
also. Like they're very they keep
Yeah,
it
Toronto keeps
the
it.
leaf. They have the leaf, and it's a
Uh,
variation of that
the
in some way
Canadians
every
and the
time.
Canadians, you're
The
not going to see
C.
them go away from the CH or whatever it is. So yeah, a lot of the original six teams keep it pretty close. I would just like to see, man. Look, the times are changing. Let's get some kind of wacky ass uniform, even if you just wear it a couple times a season.
You like the mammoth logo?
It's okay. Uh, you know me, I'm big on mammoths and monsters and dinosaurs, all
Yeah, I
that kind
like
of cool
it.
shit. And I do like it. I just think like I would have liked it to be more like I don't know, like realistic in a way where it doesn't look like so digitalized and it's not blue and gray. I
Yeah,
don't love the colors, so I don't know. I'm indifferent.
recency bias.
I would
No, I'm
like to
just
see.
kidding.
I'll put it this way: if they ever put out a dope ass jersey with like a real looking mammoth, I'll buy that shit in a second.
Like the old Sabres jerseys, but with a mammoth.
Yeah, or you're talking about like the Boston Bruins or the Bearhead. They do
Yeah,
something cool like that, but like they're the digital. It looks so modern. It looks like almost like a four wheeler company or some shit. I don't know. I'm just not into it.
yeah. The coolers,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cooler a cooler company.
Mammoth coolers.
It was
I'm
just
just
like that.
just not into it, man. It's okay. Don't hate it. All right, man. So we're gonna wrap things up in a little bit here. I wanted to talk about the next three games, and it's good that the Rangers won because they stopped the bleeding at 4 games, which was
Too
Detroit,
many.
and then the three nightmare games on the road. So the next 3 games is a pretty tough stretch. So the boys, won tonight at home. They go on the road. They're in Carolina on Wednesday.
Oof.
Then they head to Boston on Friday for a Black Friday 2 p.m.
Boston's looked good too.
daytime
They've been
matchup.
overachieving.
And then they head back home. Wait, I don't know what time the game is Friday. The game against Tampa Bay is at 2 p.m. on Saturday, I believe. I'll have to double check that. But those are the three next opponents: Carolina, Boston, and then Tampa Bay at home.
Mm-hmm.
And Tampa Bay's fresh off of that 7-3 ass kicking we dealt them, so they're gonna want
Oh yeah,
they're
they're
gonna want
pissed.
revenge.
They're pissed. Yeah.
Anything stand out to you about these games?
I mean, it's not like I said. Carolina, that's always a hard one, and they're good. They're playing well.
I should have looked this up.
I
Is
think
our
they're
boy Keandre Miller
Miller's
back?
back.
Guess
Um,
who's back?
yeah, Miller's back. The one game I'm thinking about is the Boston game because Boston has been, they weren't expected to be even a decent team this year, and somehow they are. They're a pretty decent team this year. Um, I'll be excited to watch that game. I want to see how they play us.
Is it a bake sale down in Carolina?
I didn't say anything about Carolina. I said Boston.
Oh, I was thinking Carolina's gonna be serving all those fresh turnovers.
Oh yeah, Carolina. They're gonna be handing out
Keandre Miller,
barbecue sandwiches.
but Boston. Look, this is three teams that are playing pretty well. I mean, Tampa Bay didn't play so well against us the other day, but they are a good team. Carolina's a good team every year, and Boston is what, first place of the Atlantic, and really turning some heads.
Yeah.
People want to. I feel like that's Boston, man. Everyone wants to leave them for dead, and they just keep sticking around.
Well, I mean, last year it's like Boston is an
Yeah,
organization that does things the right way. Like Marchand everybody thought Marchand would die in a Bruins jersey, and they're like, nope, we're gonna get rid of him, and they get rid of him, and the very next season they're like, good. They're like Boston does things right. Their management is on to something, and I think our management could probably take a few notes and maybe do something good, but
the, it's cliche probably for us to say, but they fuck it up
they mess it
constantly.
up.
They fucking things up constantly. Like we look at these other teams and these other organizations, and they're like, what are they like? The Rangers are like, it's like Arrested Development. Maybe it'll work for us.
Yeah.
No, it's not. They pick up players that suck elsewhere and expect them to be great. And if we said it at points tonight. I think you said something. I can't remember the exact phrasing. You were like, "Oh, that didn't look terrible." That's the standard right now. Not
Oh, I
terrible.
was talking about Vakanainen. I was like, Vakanainen hasn't
And
looked terrible.
what did I say? I was like, "Yeah, I
You
guess
called me out. You said that's the standard. If they don't look terrible, we're okay with it because
yeah,
that's what they're giving
he
us.
hasn't looked terrible."
I
So
get excited when somebody looks mediocre now because when they look because there's so much things that don't look great. I see something that looks okay, and I'm like, oh, it's a glimmer of hope.
yeah, I think I'm trying to think about these matchups. Do you have a prediction for the next three?
We might take one out of the three.
Do you want to guess which
I
one?
think maybe maybe we can beat Tampa Bay again. Maybe.
I kind of like that. I think Carolina's just due to, and it's not the playoffs. So I think they're going to kick the shit out of us on Wednesday. I really do. In their barn, you know, uh, that's just got a loss written all over it. The Boston game after Thanksgiving, man, the Rangers. If you remember last season, I was so excited. I was working. I was at my office, but like I have a pretty chill job. I work alone, so I
Yeah.
had the game on. I
Of
was just doing
course.
some paperwork, and I was so hyped to just be at the office, watching the game, at work, vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they got their asses kicked by the Flyers. I want to say it was like 3 or 4-0. It was just one of those nasty games.
It'll mess your day up.
And I'm afraid that Boston could dish us one of those out. So I'm not feeling too confident. Um, so I don't even care to really. I know I asked you to, but I'm gonna reserve my predictions.
I think we'll get one of the three, and I don't know which one, but we'll get one out of three.
I like that. Well, at least we're coming off a win today. If they lost today, that would have been five straight.
Oh
So
my
you
god.
don't want to head into these
Hang it
tough
up.
matchups five straight, and another home win on the season. So hopefully that that real hot and cold wins at home, losses at home, wins on the road. it's coming back down to earth, leveling out
Yeah.
like a normal hockey team, not an anomaly.
I feel like we're playing a lot like the Kings were last year, where it's just every game is 1-0, 2-1,
Boring.
very low scoring. But the Kings were better than last year than we are this year.
Yeah,
So the games were still a little more exciting, but it was still kind of boring to watch because it was very low event. So,
I think that's fair.
do we want to hand out this game stick today?
We'll do game sticks and then we're gonna get out of
All
here.
right, I'm gonna let you go first.
All right, so this week
The
I
Ukrainian game stick.
am giving the game stick, and he deserved it even more tonight. But I had my decision made up before the game tonight. Is my man Gavrikov. Gavrikov looked really good.
Ooh, that is
You know,
good.
had a goal and assist versus the Mammoth. Took a puck to the face today. Came back in the game and got an assist. Looked like it was a goal, but it was a Lafreniere tip. And he's just been solid. You know, he's stabilized that top line, and
Hmm.
that's my game stick.
Cool. So I'm gonna do it a little different this week. Uh, if anybody remembers, the last two game sticks I've handed out went to Mika and Lafreniere, and then immediately after giving them the game sticks, they spit in my face. So this week, I'm gonna give the game stick to somebody that I really can't stand watching because it seems to be reverse psychology and this thing's turning it around. So I'm going to give the game stick to Connor Sheary. Not because he's done anything, not because he's going to do anything, but because I want him to do something good or get the hell out of here. So that's why I'm giving him the game stick. It just seems like it's bad luck, whoever I hand it out to. So
And the
try
challenge
try
is that
something new this week.
the challenge is on the Rangers. Get healthy, and some of these bozos start stepping up, so we can get some of these scrubby dubs out of the lineup.
When JT Miller comes back, if they send Berard back down and don't get rid of Connor Sheary, I'm gonna be. I might even boycott watching for a game or two.
No, you won't.
I'll think about it.
No, you won't.
You're right.
We're psychos.
Yeah, suckers.
Anything else on your mind?
No, I don't have anything else. I see the game notes are over. Guys, if you haven't already, like, follow, subscribe. We're
Please.
gonna tell you again. It really would help us out. We're just two nobodies in Virginia trying to get in on the action of the New York Rangers world. So we appreciate the support. Um, I don't have anything. You're all done, right?
That's it.
Forever hold your peace.
Until next time.
All right, take care, guys.
Cheers. Thanks.